everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris. You've reached Chris Loves Lux, and today is the first season and first episode of All Eyes On. Now, what is All Eyes On? It's a series that I made up, and I got the term All Eyes On from All Eyes On Me. You know, that's the story of Tupac Shakur's life. But anyway, I thought about it because we're talking about eyeshadow, and so I said All Eyes On, and we'll pick a brand. So today is All Eyes On Natasha Denona. I started out with Natasha because you guys know I've already have like 40 videos on Pat McGrath, right? So I said, let's do Natasha, get her out the way, because y'all know that she's one of my favorite brands of eyeshadow. So today we're going to go over my entire collection, and then I'm going to pick two palettes out, show you how I got these two looks here on my eyes. I hope you enjoy the looks. I hope you enjoy looking at the collection. If this is your first time here, hi, welcome. My name is Chris, and here we talk all things luxury in beauty and now fragrance. I will be uploading every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, where every Monday will be a makeup tutorial or review. Every Wednesday will be a fragrance video, and every Friday, for right now, we'll be doing an All Eyes On series. And I'll be dropping little videos here and there in between, but for right now, you can guarantee to get every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. With all that being said, I'm going to be quiet. Don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to like the video and comment. You know it's all about the engagement. With all that being said, let's get into it, and I'll see you at the end. All right, y'all. Eyebrows are done. Eyes are prepped. I'm ready to rock and roll. And in this series, All Eyes On, it's us talking about a brand's eyeshadow products, right? Going through whether I have their singles, their palettes, you know, whatever it is I have from the brand. Understanding that I don't have every palette from every brand. I only have every palette from two brands. Other than that, I'm selective about what palettes I have, right? But today, we're going to start off with the Natasha Denonas. Yes, the Natasha's Denonas. I know I'm being silly right now because, well, anyway. We're going to do Natasha Denona. I have pretty much everything, right? Not every mini, but I have plenty of the minis. I have all of the liquid eyeshadows, etc. So we're going to talk about Natasha. I'm going to show you all of the collection in case you haven't seen every palette, right? And then I'm going to pick two palettes out. I'm going to do one eye here, another eye here. And what I'm going to try to do is pick a palette that I have not done a video on, right? Because if I've done a video on them, I'm going to put them in the cards throughout this video so that you can always go back and see those, right? So, because I don't want to be redundant. So with all that being said, I also don't want to be chatty patty. At least I'm going to try not to. So with all that being said, let's get into this. And we're going to start at the two 5-pan palettes that I have. I really do like carrying these 5 pans. This one is the Cranberry palette. Look at those colors. And then this one is the Coral palette, right? I do like this Cranberry one. This is out of the two that I have here. These are my favorite. I was going to collect all of these. The reason I ended up not doing it is because these, a lot of the time, well, not these specific ones, but the other 5 pans that come, I think it's like they're labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me in the comments. But anyway, I don't have them because they're re-promotes of what's in the 28 pan, and I have both the 28 pans, so that's why I don't rack up on those. But when it comes to the minis, your girl has a lot of them. So I'll go from my least favorite to my most favorite. So this one here is the Tropic palette, right? I like this one about as much as I like the large version. Then we have the mini Layla. We have the mini Zendo. We also have, the mini Sunset. Then we have the mini Love palette, which I did like. Then we have the beautiful mini gold. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she lovely? Isn't she gorgeous? This one right here, I absolutely adore. I also like the mini star palette. I actually like this one better than the large star palette, but anywho, right? Then we have the mini glam. Look at that. This is a perfect everyday. If you going out and you need to drop this in a bag because you might be spending the night, then you know you can always refresh your eyes in the morning after, well, not refresh, after you washed and you ready and you gotta throw something on your lids to make it not appear like you ain't getting no sleep the night before. You can put that in your bag. And this one I absolutely adore, and I'm really hoping she comes out with a big version. Hi, Natasha. My name is Chris. I'm a big fan. Can you please come out with a large retro palette? I will be forever indebted. I love this palette. I know a lot of people had conversations around, you know, maybe this one being ashy. I don't care. I use these three, and I also use this one. I love the palette. I love this little mini one, and it's a great everyday one for, you know, your work bag or whatever. Maybe you're going out later and you didn't get a chance to do your makeup before work, and you just want to throw something in your bag that is really, you can't mess it up, you know. That's that. Then I also have these babies right here, which are all of her Chromium liquid eyeshadows, which I did like the formula a lot. I did a video on that as well. I will link all of the videos, Natasha Denona videos, either in the cards or in the descriptions, because we have a limit on how many we can put in the cards. I can always, maybe I'll create a playlist and then link the playlist in the description box. That's what I'll do. But here are all of them. Scarab is my absolute favorite. This one right here. Again, I'm not going to use it today because I already have a video on it. And what I do is I keep all of them in this acrylic drawer right here, just so they stay safe. And I will leave that up here for right now. Now, let's get into some of the larger palettes. So let's start off with the one nobody really talks a lot about, which is the Tin Pan palette here, which is a very good palette. Nice colors, everything performs, typical Natasha Denona, very consistent with her other palettes. I do like this one. This was the last one I added to my collection. It's been $45, which is half off because it was normally $90 for months and months and months now. So I would recommend, if you don't have it and you like these colors, go grab it. You won't be mad at that. I also have, we can keep with the larger palettes, I have the Star palette, right? This is the second to last one I think I got, or something like that. But I don't know. I'm not in love. I have to play with it a little more. What I got from this side of the palette that's in the mini is all I really need. These I can get from one of her other palettes. I feel I just haven't gravitated to this palette much. You know, you can tell I used it once or twice, but that's about it. Then let's get into the big ones. This one is my absolute favorite Natasha Denona palette. Not of all time, right? Because I'll show you, you guys probably already know which one is my favorite Natasha, but this is like in my top 3. This is the green brown palette. Look at that. I know the initial price is serious, right? Because the large pans, and it's 28 of them. I didn't get it. I got it when it was a bundle, both the green, brown, and the purple blue for the 310. So it ended up being like $155 a piece, which is not bad at all for all these shadows. I love the way this performs. This is the everyday palette. If you wanted one palette, say you're not a makeup hoarder like me, right? And you want a palette that can sit on your vanity and give you multiple everyday looks, this is the palette, right? You can definitely get this, right? And I'll compare this one to like Biba, because I think the difference between this one, and since I'm talking about Biba, I'll pull Biba out because everybody knows about baby Biba, right? So with Biba, right, you're getting mostly the neutral. You get some cool tones in here, but there's not as much variety. It is a great everyday palette. I love this palette, right? But when I go to pull palettes, I'm gonna open this one again. When I pull palettes and I'm looking between this one and this one, I'm always gravitating to this one, because with the exception of that bottom row, I can pull from this palette and get similar looks. I can just use this for so much more with those greens in there, and then the different color of the browns and the blues. It becomes more useful to me. But this one, of course, is much better for travel purposes than trying to carry this one. This one is a beast. It's not fitting in any makeup bag unless you bring a train case with you, right? But both the formulas and both the palettes are awesome. With this green brown palette, I do think that this is a good everyday stay on your vanity and you just apply makeup palette. I really like this one. And since we have Biba open, like I said, Biba is giving you what you need for everyday neutral looks, right? If you want some more cool tone looks, you can rock with that bottom row. But if you're not into this and you want other more more color, then this may not be the palette for you. But everybody likes this. This is a neutral palette, right? That's why it's called all neutral. So you can always go that route. Let's go back to the large palettes and let's talk about this baby right here, which is the purple blue palette. And it's exactly that. It's purple, it's blues. It does have a row of kind of like taupey mauvey mixture going on, some pinks in there, little silver. It's a great color palette with not too much color. So if you're not into like neons and all of that, when we get to Viseart one week, you'll see that. But you know, this is good for playing with color when you're first starting. Okay, so let's go into some of the ones that I'm not so keen on. You guys know you guys probably remember when I did a video on this baby right here. This is the Triochrome palette. Not terrible, but I didn't like it, right? If I could do it all over again, knowing what I know now, I would not buy it, not even for collector purposes. It performed okay. I think some of these colors were just very powdery for me, the mattes, and because they were neon and powdery, it just got a little, it just wasn't, it took too much work to do. And normally I don't have to do all of that work with Natasha Denona. So that's the Triochrome. This right here is the Safari palette. Now, the Safari palette is great for as a companion palette. So you open this and then you use it with another palette, because look at those colors there, right? If you look at those colors, you get a lot of variety of transition shades. You get outer corner shades. You need to buff a harsh line out. You have colors that will help you do that. That's great for this. And if you like all matte looks, I will do one once in a blue moon. I like shimmer shadows, metallics, all of it to make the eyes pop in. I like the bling, right? But if you're looking for a matte look, then this would be a palette that you would want. Now, this one right here, this is the Tropic palette. You might as well call it the hard pan palette, right? Because I don't know what it was about the formula, especially this shade, these two shades, and limoncello, this one right here, you can tell it's hard pan. Look, I used this palette twice. How is it hard pan and I used it twice? It doesn't make any sense, but it is. So that's the problem I have with this palette. Forget about the fact that there's a lot of ashiness going on in here. You know, it's a lot of light colors, but you know, you can play it off with the other colors that are much more vibrant. I And I knew it because I had read the reviews and seen the videos. I got this palette half off. I did not pay full price. I got it for $64.50 plus the 20% off during a Sephora VIB sale. But still, I feel like I still overpaid, you know, because I won't pick it up. I have it and I will keep it for reference purposes for videos such like this, but that's that. All right, so now let's get into some other palettes. This was my first Natasha Denona palette. This is the Sunset palette, and it's one that people stop talking about because it's old, right? And she has so much more that is out now. It's a little dirty. I picked it up. I used it when I first got it, but then I immediately went and started building the collection. So I immediately forgot about it, and I don't pick it up often as I should. But this right here is the Sunset palette. I might use it today. Let's see. We'll leave this off to the side. This one was my second Natasha Denona palette. I use this one more, and this is the Layla palette. If you gotta like purples, if you don't like purples and pinks, just stay the hell away from this palette. Okay? All right, so that's that. Now, we're gonna get into some other palettes that I absolutely adore. Adore. Yes, I said adore. Adore these palettes. This one is my go-to palette for holiday time. This is Natasha Gold palette. I actually did a video on this one. I'll link it above or in the comments, description. But this baby right here, this color right here always brings me life. Brings me life, just like that. That's why this thing is so dirty. The only thing about this is this packaging, it stays dirty, y'all. But I love the gold palette. Now, let's keep going because I don't want to talk for too much longer. Let's get into this eye look. This next baby right here, this Circle Loco, and I am absolutely loco for Circle Loco. I am crazy about this palette. I think this is a color lover's dream. If you don't like color, of course, you're not going to like this, right? It is crazy with color and texture, and I love the looks. When I did the review of this palette, I love the looks I got from it. I really want to use it today, but I'm not because I want to use something I haven't used in a while. But this is worth the coins, honey. This was worth the coins. If you are scared of color, I understand. It's a lot of blues and oranges and stuff like that, and green and like teals and all that, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Take a chance, take a risk. If you're into risk taking, you want to spend a little money, get this one. I like it. Now I'm gonna tell you my die-hard favorite one, to the point where I'm thinking about buying a backup. And I don't hit pan on shadows, okay? Is this baby right here. This is the Metropolis palette. I love this palette. This is my go-to palette in the fall and winter. I don't pick it up as much in the spring, probably because I use these for darker, deeper looks, and I tend to go a little brighter in the spring and summertime. But honey, you can use it all year round. These right here, this I love this palette. I can't even begin to tell you enough about it. All right, so those are all of the large palettes, y'all. We did all of the large palettes. Now we're going to get into the smaller 15 pan palettes, starting with, and I ruined the front of this, but the Sunrise palette. This one right here is good for a vacation. I am considering taking it on my vacation in a few weeks. I'm definitely taking Circle Loco, but I'm thinking about taking this one. I'm not sure yet. It is good. I took it on vacation when it first came out. I took it on a cruise and I was able to do some great looks with that. Haven't picked it up since then though. Interesting. This one right here is the Love palette. I can't say that I loved the Love palette. It's okay. It's pink and purple, you know. It's fine with performance, with the exception, I think the Commitment give me, this one I think might have given me a little bit of an issue, but not, you know, maybe a little patchiness. But other than that, I think everything else was pretty much okay that I had tried. But actually, after I purchased, came out Valentine's Day 2020, maybe. And I bought it, and that was that. Yeah, that was that. Okay, Then after that, out came this baby right here, which is the bronze palette. And I actually, my first video on YouTube was this palette a year ago. And it's okay, it's bronze. I think that it can be recreated with other things within most people's collection. It just may not be Natasha Denona quality, but it was just okay to me. You know, so that's it. I don't have anything else to say about that one. Then came the controversy, the Glam Palette. And the only controversial thing is she tried to do something different with the shade names, transition, inner corner, outer corner. But that wasn't, that didn't work for me because I changed everything up. So the way mine looks is going to be different from how it looks coming straight out the box. Because for instance, where it says crease, I actually put this shade in here and it was like this shade before that. So I made it work for me. And that's, I think, what her intention was at the time. Once you get past that PR nightmare, this was a good palette. You know, it was a very good palette. It is a very good palette. And I use this palette, I won't say all the time, but I use it more than I've used my other 15 pan smaller palettes. I think she calls it the midi palettes. So that's Glam. And this is the most recent one. This is Zendo. And I'm not mad at Zendo. My favorite color in Zendo is this baby right here. That's called Mantra. When that comes on your lip, it lit my whole outer corner. I loved it. Loved it. Right? So that's all of the palettes. So now what we're going to do is pick palettes that we're going to use. I think I'm going to actually use the Layla palette on one eye. And something I haven't used on camera would be, let's do the Sunrise. Let's do the Sunrise, because all the rest of them, the Sunrise or the Luvs, I think we'll do this. I'll do the Sunrise palette and do Layla. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so I'm gonna get myself set up and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. So we're gonna start off with Layla. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna use this shade right here, and we're gonna just build a transition area. Nice clean brushes, y'all. I had so many dirty brushes that it was insane. The pigmentation, I always forget how pigmented, you know, this palette is, because I have so many that you just don't get a chance to pick it up, you know. At least not as much as you should. I need to start rotating like my eyeshadows every week when I go back in the office, because we're going back in the office soon. Look at that. That was so simple. I am going to deepen that up a little bit though. Tell me, you guys, in the comments how you guys are liking. So I am using my my laptop now instead of my phone to edit. So I'm using iMovie. That's what I created my new intro on. Tell me how you like it, the new intro and the outro. I know some of you noticed it already and already gave me your feedback in the comments, and I appreciate that so much. But let me know, because I'm slowly starting to make changes. So let me know what you think. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm actually going to take this Refer 15 brush, and I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which picked up a ton. And I want to just put that right there. Yeah, let me know, y'all. Let me know what's good with that. Yo, I forget how lovely this palette is. Just too much stuff, y'all. Too much stuff. Just want to go back in. I'm not gonna put any extra product. I just want to, that other shade that's above it, I just want to blend it up a little bit. But yeah, I'm making changes, you guys. Incremental changes, so that I can bring you steady content that you guys are actually enjoy. Okay, so now for the lid color, right? I am going to do this on my lid, this color right here. And y'all know I'm not good with shade names when it comes to Natasha. I can't be calling her that woman Natasha, right? Yes, I can. Come on, Tasha. She comes through with the eyes. She always comes through. Always. And normally I always use my fingers. But for this, I'm not. I do want to just blend that color in. I'm trying to get a nice gradient. Yeah. Y'all see that? That's what I was trying to do. Get a nice gradient going on. So it looks like it's starting and it just blends into another color. And just want to pack that on right here though. Yeah. Okay. Just want to. Now for the outer corner, right here, we're going into that purple, honey. That purple. I'm using this in the outer corner. Why? Nobody said your outer corner had to be black. Right? It didn't say that. Just needs to be the right contrast to be darker than the other part of your eye. But nobody said it had to be black. So you guys know I do my outer corner almost darker almost every time you've seen me do an eye look, and that's because my eyes are hooded, and they're hooded and they swoop down, right? And it downward facing, right? So I want to give that lifted look. I have to make sure that I put enough of a darkness in the corner to lift the sides of my eye. That's pretty much what I'm doing with this shade right here, without it being black. I don't want you guys to always think you have to have a dark black or brown to achieve this. You do not, y'all. Yes, but I do need to figure this out right here because it's a little harsh. Let's see. Just blend that a little bit. Now I'm going to take this, no extra product. I'm just blending this all together. These are such pretty colors. You know, you got to give it to Natasha. She makes beautiful, look at that, y'all. And if you want, like, I want just a little more of this shade, I'm just using my fingers because it does give it a little, and I don't like wetting my brush and putting it in her formula. I just don't. I prefer just to use the warmth of my hand, my finger to do it. There you go. Look number one. Let me know down in the comments what you're thinking. I love it. I really do. Too bad I'm not going nowhere. If I was going somewhere, this is making me want to I'm going to take the mini leader on vacation. Recreate this look. I think I got purple in one of my bathing suits too. Y'all, I'm packing so many bathing suits, it's ridiculous. Don't nobody need all these bathing suits for 6 days. I think I packed 6 bathing suits. Child. Where the clothes? I don't know. All right, y'all. So now we getting into this baby right here. This is the Sunrise palette. Just cleaning off my brush. Making sure on this microfiber. Making sure that I don't have any color transfer. Okay, that's good enough. All right, so let's see here. What am I going to do today? I think what we're going to do is, I really want to try to use this color, but we're not. We're actually going to go in. No, I'm gonna use Flux, this shade right here. I'm going to use that. No, I'm not. I'm gonna use Glory. I'm gonna use Glory as a transition shade. Look at how Glory is pigmented, child. Glory is pigmented. So we're gonna go in with Glory. Can I share something with y'all while I'm doing this? Let me share. I pack early, y'all. I mean, really early. And the longer the trip is, the earlier I pack. And I'll have a list, an Excel spreadsheet, and all kinds of stuff going on to make sure that I have everything on a list and kind of check it off, recheck it, triple check it to make sure I don't forget anything, right? My daughter's over it because I'm like, when you gonna start packing? She like, packing? Ma, we don't leave for like another month. I said, no, we leaving. Now it's 3 weeks, but at the time it was a month. It was 4 weeks. She was like, it's no reason for me to pack right now. I have things to do between now and then. I need my clothes. I'm like, huh? You have like 59 million pairs of shorts. You can't just pack 6, 7 of them. She like, no. And now that we getting closer and closer, I'm like, child, you need to start packing. She like, something's wrong with you, lady. I think it's so funny because she the polar opposite when it comes to that. She like, no, you're being way too much, way too extra. But me, y'all, I need that in my life. I need the structure. All right, so now that that's this color here, Glory. So now that I have Glory down, I'm actually going to do something a little different, y'all. I am going to do an all matte look. Yes, I am. Y'all. I'm going to do an all matte look. We're going to see how this goes. I don't know how it's going to look, but we're going to see, okay? You're going to work with me? We're going to figure our lives out together today. Because what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take Citrine, this shade right here. Whoa. That I took way too much of, and we're going to place it right under the color Glory. I just want to do that to kind of shift that color a little bit now that I've decided to do all matte. Okay, so now that I've done that, we're going to take the other side of my Refer brush, right? I love this flat brush. This is the 02. We're going to take the other side. I'm going to go into Carnelian, this shade right here, and I'm going to pack that on seriously. And then we're going to put that here. This matte is not the kind of texture you can use your fingers, so I gotta use my brush. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to islands, honey. Let's get some island tropical vacation looks going on. I wanted to do a cut crease, I could, right? Like I think I need to leave the cut creases tomorrow though. Because this right here, this is about as good as it gets for me. Okay? So before I do anything to the outer corner, I'm going to take this brush and I'm just going to blend. I'm going to hold it like this too because I want to make sure I'm blending right here. Okay, now final touch. I did not clean this brush off. Yes I did. Okay, I am going to go into Clove. That's this shade right here, and we're going to pick it up and pack it on the outer corner. Remember, it does not always have to be black. This is like a great tropical look. Y'all might even gonna lie to you. Like, I know y'all can't go to work like this, but this one you might be able, maybe not. But this one I know you can't. I like this. Okay. Look. Natasha might be my travel companion in my makeup kit. Look at that. So if I go like this, that's not bad, y'all. For a matte look too, because you guys know how I am with matte. I could take or leave it. I just need to, this is bothering me. Okay, this is the looks, y'all. So what I'm gonna do is finish the rest of my face and I'll be back with the final look. All right, everybody, I'm back and here is the final look. Close my eyes so you can see it. Yes, your girl has her lashes on. I love these looks, y'all. Now, listen, this is why I'm glad I'm starting this series, because it's making me shop my stash with specific brands and trying their eyeshadows and making sure that I use my collection. Because look, is this not giving you like island vibes? Especially this one. This was the Sunrise palette, y'all. Come on. It's giving you all kinds of tropics, right? And so is this one. But this one can be any time of the year, right? Any place you can do purple. But this orange with this pink and magenta, oh, it's giving me life. So now I'm like, oh yeah, I got to bring that to the islands too. But I like the way the look came out. I'm really liking the idea of using the brands every week. I use some more Natasha Denona as well. I use the Bloom Blush and Glow palette. Whoops. For my cheek, I use this color right here. Then I went in with the I Need a New Glow highlighter on my lips. I used the Lala lip liner. I went in with I Need a Nude in 39 MP, which is a new pink Yana. I used this one here for the inner part of my my lip, and then I went over it with Pale Fire Nectar Lip Gloss by Pat McGrath, and to get the lip combination. Bronzer, Chantecaille and Goa. And this is the look, y'all. This is the look. I use Double Wear, Estee Lauder Double Wear for my complexion. Tell me what you think down in the comments. I know this is long. This video was long because I have a lot of Natasha Denona. So some will be long, some will be shorter. It all depends on the size of my collection. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the series. I hope you got a chance to see, you know, all of the eyeshadows. And if you don't have one and now you're thinking about getting one, drop me a comment. Let me know which ones you have, or now that you want, maybe I showed you something different. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Become a part of the ChrisLuvsLux family. Head over to IG and follow me at ChrisLuvsLux, because there are some things happening over there as well. Most important, I mean the absolute most important thing I want everyone to do is to stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned. And I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.